What's up, guys? This is AG Pollard coming to you once again. This time, our topic of discussion is whether or not the number 666 is an esoteric symbol representative of melanin and black people, or if it is the name and number of the beast as mentioned in Revelation 13 verse 18 in the Bible. But first, before attempting to jump into such a deep discussion, let's consider a few points. This is a blue car. This is a blue sky. This is a blue gem, and this is a blue hairstyle. Although each example of blue that you just saw was a different shade, we would all identify them as blue. Even my 5-year-old would agree with that. But we're not talking about blue cars or hair in this particular video. We're talking about the color of people. Could it be that people are really just shades of the same color? We'll get into that in just a minute. But first, let's talk about this whole 666 thing. Now, it shouldn't come as a surprise given the spiritual climate of the times that we live in, but I still find this one to be a total shocker. It's not shocking that the enemy would try such obviously deceptive tactics, but shocking that there are so many people that are actually falling for it. I'm referring specifically to a claim made by folks within the so-called conscious movement, so-called Comedics and Hoteps and others, those of similar worldviews, that the number 666, identified in the Bible as the mark of the beast or the number of the name of the beast, is in actuality a numerical symbol for black people. Now, just in case you're unfamiliar with this, yes, you did hear me right. They are now saying that 666 means black folks. And since the so-called white man wanted to keep us from knowing the truth, he hid this bit of wisdom from us and turned 666 into something evil, when in actuality it was something good, an occult symbol of blackness. If you've never seen this argument made before or seen the memes popping up on social media, it's an obviously insane idea built upon even more insane reasoning. Those who perpetuate this idea say that 666 symbolizes black people, specifically the melanin in our skin, because, they say, melanin has 6 neutrons, 6 protons, and 6 electrons, thus 666. The white man doesn't want you to know that, so Constantine or Caesar Borgia or Serapis or the Piso family hid that little nugget of chocolate melanated truth in the Bible and called it the beast number. But it's not the beast number at all, it's really the black number. There are so many levels of wrong to this idea, but you really only need one simple textbook fact to dismantle that whole house of cards. Basic biochemistry. Melanin doesn't have 6 protons, electrons, and neutrons. Melanin is a wonderfully complex, marvelously designed molecule made up of the elements carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. Now, carbon does indeed have 6 protons, electrons, and neutrons, but carbon is only one element in the melanin molecule. That's hardly something deep. And carbon is in a lot of things, like pencils and diamonds and charcoal and gasoline, and in all organic matter on the planet. Matter of fact, you're breathing out carbon as you watch this. So according to Comedics, your breath is also then the beast. But let's go a little bit deeper. As far as melanin goes, everyone has melanin. Yes, our genetic makeup determines how much visible melanin appears on the surface of our skin, but everyone has the stuff. Some of us have a lot of it, some of us not so much. Melanin can even be broken down into subcategories. Neuromelanin, for example, which all human beings possess. Besides that, there are other creatures on the planet, even plants, that produce a type of melanin. So there's really nothing mystical or godlike about it at all. Our ancestors possessed the God-given ability to adapt to the climate that they lived in. One theory holds that those who needed more protection from the harmful rays of the sun naturally developed a deeper concentration of our very own naturally produced sunscreen, which is melanin. This adaptation was coded into the 4-bit chemical information storage software system that we call DNA, and then passed on to the rest of us, just like every other physical trait that we have, like height, hair color, eye color, and so forth. So the color of our skin does no more to make human beings different from one another than does the color of our eyes, or whether or not we're tall enough to dunk or short enough to be a jockey. And the latest research in DNA and what it means to be human perfectly validates this. I blame Charlie Darwin for the immense amount of confusion on this subject. We are one race. We are the human race. Yes, we come from different cultures and ethnic identities that are unique and can be appreciated as we marvel at the brilliantly diverse manner in which God designed life and how the human experience impacts and is impacted by our environment. But melanin doesn't make you a god, just like blonde hair and blue eyes didn't make these guys supermen or ubermensch. It's all nonsense, born out of selfishness, greed, pride, and lust for power. But enough is finally enough. No, the Baphomet is not the symbol of the perfected black man. That's a whole different topic altogether. 666 is still evil, no matter how many memes tell you that it's a special number coded in your skin. I've debated white supremacists and I've debated black supremacists, and what I've always found most remarkable is how similar they actually are, like flip sides of the same lying coin. I love you enough to tell you the truth. Stop falling for the obvious spiritual deception that is plaguing the interwebs today. But last of all, I have to give a great big shout out to all of my wonderful subscribers. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much for joining into the discussion. I know I don't get a chance to post as much as I would like, but I still see you subscribing and coming in to join in on the dialogue, and please know that I appreciate you. I also want to thank those that have disagreed with me in a civil and respectful way. It's always refreshing to have great conversations on sensitive topics with those who come with ideas and facts to communicate instead of insults and vitriol like so many others do. I may not agree with your conclusions, but I still respect what you have to say. Of course, for me though, my engagements aren't just to debate and make witty comebacks. It's to encourage believers who are fighting for the faith and to challenge unbelievers and those who have left the faith. I lovingly implore you to reconsider this most important of life's questions with eternal implications. Who do you say that Jesus is? Reconsider the Christian faith, biblical Christianity. Who is Jesus to me? Well, as for me and my house, we will stand on the side of truth, history, faith, evidence, and a sea of the testimonies of faithful witnesses. He is the Messiah, the Son of the living God, my rock, my redeemer, my savior, the word made flesh, and the one who stands unmatched and completely unique. I invite you to come to get to know him as well. I love you guys. I'll be talking to you again real soon. In the meantime, peace and God bless.